Dude, I didn't know you were recording today. If I'd known that, we could have pushed the review back a couple of days.
Dude, it's awesome. I wrote a song for the T-PRIV.
You wrote a song for T-PRIV?
Yes. I wrote a song for the T-PRIV.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll bite. I'll bite.
I'm gonna hear it.
Blow me away.
Not the T-PRIV! Not the H-PRIV! T-PRIV! 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 Do you like it?
Do you want my honest opinion?
No.
Or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? What up, YouTube? Welcome in Between Two Beards. I'm Justin, aka Dub.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're doing a full review of the new Smok T-PRIV kit.
All I'm saying, bro, is if Rip Trippers can make a fucking rap, I should be able to write a metal song for the T-PRIV.
I would agree with you. But did you hear Rip Tripper's rap? I'm just saying, like, it kind of sounded like James Hetfield really liked the T-PRIV, and he like, guys, the next album, T-PRIV.
It's a mamma jamma right there. But anyway, guys, yeah, this is our review of the T-PRIV from Smok. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to dive down close, show it to you.
We've already done the first look at this, guys.
Yeah.
We did an unboxing and all that, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go back into it. You know,
just go over the menu a little more in
do it
depth
up close
and do all that stuff, and then yeah, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's just a really quick, we're going to make this quick because we did a lot of this on the first look, but here's the box that the T-PRIV comes in. Very typical Smok packaging. This is upside down. I really like their packaging, you know, it's kind of big and bulky, but everything is very, very nicely packed in here. Take the lid off, you're going to have your mod right there. You've got the big baby sits in here. You've got the spare glass piece. There's going to be a little baggie in there. I don't know where that baggie went, but it's got your extra O-rings, the spare coil head, all that, and you've got your charge cable. One quick note, and I saw a couple reviewers, and I haven't checked this online, but apparently online it says the kit comes with an RBA. Dub and I both got these kits. I don't remember where I bought mine from now, but they do not come with an RBA head. I don't know if that's something that's coming down the road or what, but yeah, you get the baby, 2 coils, some extras, but no RBA head, so just throwing that out there. If you do buy the big baby by itself, you get an RBA head, but you don't in the kit, so yeah. Again, it came with a big baby that matches, the paint matches perfectly here. I'll show you Dubs. He's got the blue on blue there, so it does come with a color matching big baby beast. I'm just not using that today, but yeah, so here's the mod itself. I've got the Kylan RTA sitting on top right now. Obviously the big selling point to this is going to be those awesome LEDs that wrap around the entire mod. You've got your screen up top here. See if we can get the camera to focus. Nice bright display, shows you everything you need and all, not the stuff I don't care about. You've got your wattage here, tells you that we're in normal mode wattage. There's your battery readout with both batteries. You've got your resistance, your applied voltage while you're firing the device, and then a little timer there. So yeah, the camera will focus here. But yeah, that's it on the screen, and I love that. Going around the mod a little bit more, you have the USB port up here for your charging and your software updating. Again, as we always say, charge the batteries externally, guys. It's just easier. But I like where this is at. I like that it's not on the bottom. It's not down here somewhere on the front, you know. It's not in an awkward place. It is up top there. You've got your wattage down, wattage up buttons. I'm not a huge fan of where those are, but we'll go over that later. And then yeah, down here you've got your typical Smok style battery door. Flips out. This is a very nice tight battery door. Everything's clearly labeled, you know, positive down, positive down and negative down. Everything's labeled here, battery A, battery B. The only problem I have with this is when I get batteries in there, sometimes it doesn't always close all the way. As you can see right there, the gap is smaller here than it is there. That's a very nitpicky thing, but it's something worth mentioning anywhere. There's no actual battery venting down here. I think they use the cracks around the door, and I guess if your batteries were to ever vent, then the door would probably just blow off. I don't really know, but anyway, so let's go over real quick over the, I gotta turn it back on. 5 clicks on. Now when you get in there, 5 clicks locks the mod. It doesn't actually turn it back off. But then 3, and see now it's locked and it won't do anything. 5 clicks unlocks it. And then now we can go into the menu and everything. So 3 clicks of the fire button gets you into the menu. And this is very typical Smok menu. You've got your mode, your puffs. This is the new screen for the colors, which again I went over in the first look, but in there is where you change the colors and the duration and everything. If you long press, you can change what color it is and how it fades in and out or stays on, and then it tells you, when you want the lights to be on. You can choose when you're vaping, when the screen's on, or just completely off. So 3 clicks get us back in there. Then we can go, there's your settings. You can turn the stealth mode on, which turns the screen off. You can change your contrast. You can actually rotate the screen, which I don't really understand why you'd want to do that. And then you can actually adjust your ohms. There's your software download, and that's it. Back out of that. And then there's your power. You can power on, power off. I'm going to leave it on, obviously. And that's it for the menu system. Overall, very, very nice finish on this. I love this metallic red. He's got the metallic blue. You can see down here at the bottom, this thing has been riding in my cup holder at work for a couple weeks, and the finish is absolutely holding up beautifully. I've got a couple very, very small nicks right there that I don't know if the camera's even going to pick up. But yeah, this thing, the finish is fantastic. But we're going to go ahead and jump back out up top and talk about it for a minute.
Alright guys, that was the up close of the new Smok T-PRIV. Remember, once again, we say it all the time, we don't say smoke, we say Smok.
Right.
Because we don't smoke, we vape, there's a difference, fucking get it.
Right, yeah. So yeah, I mean, as you guys saw in the up close, just jump right into pros and cons. Big pro for me, the finish is holding up much better.
This is very surprising because we've had, and a lot of people have always complained about the finish on the Smok mods.
Yeah. Yep.
My Alien, which I still enjoy and I still use from time to time, unfortunately, the paint is starting to wear down quicker than a Chevrolet C10 from the 70s. I mean, it's right, it's just going, the paint's disappearing.
It's kind of unreal how bad the finish were on those mods, but they've really stepped their game up. This thing is, it's got a great, like,
it's got like a gloss finish, almost like it has like a clear coat on it.
Yeah, it almost feels like an automotive finish. So.
We showed it in the up close. I mean, I got a little bit of wear on the bottom here, but I mean, you guys could see from our Smok Alien review that like the bottom of it was just almost completely gone, and this has been rattling around in my truck, my car, and the finish is holding up quite nicely. So I'm very impressed with Smok's finish on this mod.
I like the size of the mod. I like the weight of the mod. It's definitely got some heft to it. The biggest pro, in my opinion, is just the aesthetics. I mean,
the cool factor. The cool factor is off the charts. It's off the charts.
And thankfully, it's not a mod that looks cool but doesn't function well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the battery.
You can enjoy this mod unironically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just a cool mod. Definitely going to be a head turner. Battery life is not. I was surprised with the battery life. I'm not going to list it as a con because it's not. It's not bad. I can get like 10, 11 hours.
It's just not on the level of the Alien.
It was just weird considering this has the same chip as the Alien.
Right.
It takes two 18650s just like the Alien, using the big baby that came with it, the same way I would vape the Alien. And I don't mean to make this entire video just comparing it to the Alien, but the battery life wasn't on the same level as the Alien, which was weird to me. I was expecting it to be on par.
I would say an average of anywhere between 10 to 12 hours.
I never got 12. I think the most
I got 11 and a half one time, I think.
You must have been really pushing it.
Well, and that was the other thing too, though. At that point, I had not put the LEDs on when the menu's on. I only had them on when I was vaping. So the LEDs on this, unlike the Chaos, which really didn't. The LEDs just didn't seem to affect the battery life. I think the LEDs do affect. Maybe there's more of them in here.
Right. I don't really know. I've got it on right now when the screen's on just for the video. But
when you do it when you're only vaping, you don't get to see the colors. You don't get to enjoy this.
But yeah, I normally do just leave them on just while I'm actually pushing the fire button, which is nice. And I like that on this as opposed to the Chaos. When you set it to when vaping, it's only on while you're pushing the button. As soon as you let go of the button, the lights turn off. On the Chaos, it would stay on for like 2 or 3 seconds afterwards. So, yeah, speaking of batteries.
That's what I said, speaking of batteries. Now, I put these in yesterday around, I'd say 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but then again, I was also doing a lot of work at that point. But
just so people out there are aware, when we're talking about battery life, when we're throwing out numbers like 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, we're talking at a day of work where we never have to put the thing down.
I think what people got to realize, and we're going to start trying to measure our time or how long something lasts. I want to start keeping track of just how much juice I'm putting through the tank or the whatever before I start, because I think battery. Someone who's like, oh, I got 2 weeks, out of battery life.
Right? Are you taking 3 puffs a day off of it?
I was about to say, or how much juice did you put through?
Right.
I could put probably at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 tanks through this and not have to worry about battery life. But somebody who only puts a tank through it a day, they're going to have stellar battery life, or the opposite, So
yeah, it's definitely a solid mod. Now, as far as cons go, I don't really have a lot. I have a couple little gripes. I wouldn't necessarily say they're cons.
I have one big con.
My one actual con is the battery door doesn't fit completely flush sometimes. Like, it's really kind of hard. Like, right now, I can't get it to close all the way. And, I mean, I've got just batteries in here. Like, there's nothing weird going on. But that's really the only real con I have. I wish, like, again, these are subjective gripes.
Right.
I wish the button had a little bit longer throw to it. The throw to the button is just so, it's just like you barely touch it and boom, it goes.
Let me stop you right there, because that is going to be my biggest con. I cannot stand how short the throw is on this button.
I love the button. It's got a great click to it.
Yeah.
I love how big
it's not a weak button.
It's just, you barely touch that thing and
I mean, this ain't firing. And there's safety, not so much safety, but there's a good reason for this, okay? I can't switch my tank. You automatically fire the button whenever you do. You're changing out your battery. You gotta hold both sides and you're firing the button. And like I said, guys, it is super short. Like I said, it's clicky, it's not loose, it's not wobbly, it's just that it's super short.
Right.
So I would like to see a little longer throw, especially on a mod like this. Now, I say that because unlike the Alien, I cannot press the up and down button simultaneously and lock the mod.
You gotta give it a 5 click.
A lot of people say, well, all you gotta do is give it 5 clicks. Yeah, I understand that, but because the Alien was just so damn easy, just click and it was locked, or click, it was unlocked. That's what I liked, and that's what I've gotten used to. So I think with such a short throw, if you could actually lock the mod in place with the up and down button, it probably wouldn't be such a concern. But the fact that, like, this is one of those mods, like I said to my cup holder, if it tips over, it will fire.
Yeah.
It will fire.
It'll bounce around and fire.
So that's a big con for me, just because I feel that should have been almost like a safety issue with that.
That goes, again, with one more of my the only other little gripes I have. I don't like where the up and down buttons are on the front. When I'm holding it and I'm firing it with the bar and I've got my thumb right here, I'm constantly changing the wattage, which isn't a big deal. It's more of a minor annoyance.
Yeah, and see, I'm not, the button look, it doesn't bother me at all. But once again, like I said, this is why it's subjective. Guys.
These buttons are a little flimsy in there. Like, they move around a lot. That's kind of weird. That's an attention to detail kind of thing. I was kind of thrown off by the idea of having the screen on the top, because this is the first mod I've ever had like that. But I do like that. I'm not a huge fan of how they cut out the screen for your tank. If you've got a tank like I've got the Kylan on here right now, it's 24 millimeters at the base. It fits no issues. The big baby's 24.5 or 25 millimeters. It fits no issues. Anything bigger than that 25 millimeter, and it's gonna start running into that screen. So you might have a little bit of an issue. But other than that, yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't have any other cons for it at all. Like that, again, those are just small gripes I have. Those aren't even cons.
Like I said, the screen, I love the screen.
It's bright.
It's bright. It very little vape bloatware on there. It's a very nonsensical screen. It gives you your battery life, your wattage, your ohms, your voltage, and it gives you a little timer. And the timer, normally you're big on like the timers, but this is so it's not taking away from any of the other features on the screen that it doesn't really matter. So
there's no puff counter, which you guys know how I feel
no puff counter. No,
we didn't get the PCB board temperature.
No 4 different ways telling you, oh, you're in wattage mode. You know, it's very simplistic. I said like you said, I like the feel in my hand. It's almost it's got the same girth. I would almost compare it to the iJoy Captain. It's got that kind of weight to it. However, with the gritty cutouts for the LEDs, it's got a nice textured feel in the hand. I mean,
I was worried about that. When I first got this out of the box and saw just how these cutouts were, I was like, oh man, that's going to be kind of weird in the hand. But it's not. It's really not. Like they're cut in a way to where it's actually a very comfortable mod to hang on to.
Yeah.
We're not going over the Big Baby again because we've talked about it a lot.
The only thing I will say about the Big Baby is because I noticed that a couple of the reviewers that did review this were stating that like, oh well, you know, I wasn't super crazy about the Big Baby, and I think the problem is the coils that come with the Big Baby are garbage, in my opinion. I like the 0.15 ohm coil with the two coils.
Yeah, the X4.
Yeah, that seems to be the best flavor, longest lasting coil for the Big Baby.
Right.
And the Big Baby, honestly, that maybe aside from the SE1 are really my go-to tanks when I'm on the road and stuff, and I love it. I love the Big Baby. I just want to make sure people are aware that there's like 6 different fucking coils that you can buy for the Big Baby. So if the 2 that come in the pack don't suit you, definitely try the dual coil 0.15
X4.
X4.
Yep.
And hopefully that'll change your opinion a little bit. But yeah, I like the fact that a kit finally came with the Big Baby and not just the Baby Beast. Not to take anything away from the Baby Beast, but I just don't ever use it unless I need a compact tank with a compact mod.
This mod's definitely too big for that little tiny tank, so I'm glad it came with the Big Baby. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna give it a pass. I mean, would I buy it again? If I were to break it, drop it in the toilet, whatever, would I buy it again? Absolutely.
I'd seek it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't think I probably will not be using this regularly at work because the battery. I have mods that are a little better on battery life. Not to mention, this is a bulky mod, guys. I will tell you that right now. Make sure if you're thinking about buying one, try to hold one before you buy it because it does have some girth to it.
Yeah,
and
it's not tiny. It's definitely not in that compact mod category.
Exactly. And on that note, I would say the reason why I probably won't be taking it because it gets a little girthy and I gotta find a place to put it, cup holder and everything. So, like I said, I'm gonna give it a pass. I'd say out of the 10-star rating that we do, which means absolutely dick. I would say probably about a 7. Yeah. I mean, it's a good mod. It's a solid mod. I haven't had any pulsing issues. No drop-off problems. I mean, it'll fire right to the batteries.
It'll fire until the batteries won't let it fire anymore. It doesn't get. I don't get any weak battery warnings. Like, I have a couple mods that even when the batteries are at like 50%, if you're vaping at like 65 watts, you'll hit the button once, hit it again, and then you'll get a weak battery warning. I haven't had that issue with this at all. It's definitely, functionality wise, it's a great mod.
Yeah, it works good. It holds up. The LEDs, like I said, I think the biggest win for this is the cool factor.
Yeah, the
cool factor is just off the charts. I don't think this is gonna make the list of like my favorite mod of the year. But I wouldn't hesitate for somebody to say, hey, I'm thinking about the T-PRIV, what do you think? Yeah. As long as you're okay with the size of it in your hand, go for it. Go for it. I've got no issues with it. So
as far as overall goes, I like the T-PRIV a lot. It's a great mod. There's a couple little things that I would change, but overall, it's a solid vape. It looks cool as shit. It's not a mod that when I'm like, okay, what mod do I take to work with me today? I pass right by it because, like you said, I'm afraid of the button firing in the cup holder, and I'm afraid just the battery life.
I mean, obviously it's a regulated mod, guys, so you're not gonna have to worry about like the batteries because of its firing. My problem is I don't want to have to burn up a coil every time this thing decides to tip over. However, on a quick note, it does sit quite flush when it's sitting, so that's kind of nice. It's got a good center of gravity to it. But like I said, guys, I really don't have much more to say about it. I mean, I think the biggest pros for this, just this short list, I like the USB being up here, not down here, so it's less likely to get a bunch of dirt and crap and dust in there. I like the size of my hand. The LEDs are super cool, off the chart. I love how customizable they are.
Crazy bright.
Very bright, very bright. I actually, if I'm vaping this at night, a lot of times I gotta turn them off because it's like, very bright.
There's no way I can drive with this mod at night with the lights on. It's, It's too bright. It's blinding.
Right. But yeah, like I said, guys, the LEDs are cool. I like the screen. I almost would say I'd like to see the screen almost raised a little bit.
It would be kind of cool if they would just cut this corner, this entire corner right here, cut it at like a 45-degree angle and have the screen pointed that way. That's I don't know, that's just a personal thing, but that would be kind of cool, because then I think it would be a little easier for an atomizer, but that's besides the point.
Well, like I said, guys, I'm giving it a pass. Yeah, I really don't have much anything else to say about it. Like I said, it's been reliable. Yeah. I've been rocking this now for close to about 3 or 4 weeks
almost
now.
A month,
so,
I think,
like I said, we're probably a little late getting this video to you guys. We apologize. We had a whole bunch of stuff going on. Couldn't get a video in last week or whatever, so we apologize for that. But anyway, pass for me, guys.
Yeah, check out the Smok T-PRIV for sure.
The T-PRIV, all in rocks.
If you guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Inbetween2beards.
If you want to contact us professionally and/or just want to drop us a line, our email is inbetween2beards@gmail.com. Feel free to write. And like I said, I think that's all we got for you guys this week. Yep. So until next video,
vape on.
Vape on, y'all.
T-PRIV. Mod from Smok, y'all.
Yeah.